here just a second. I'm only in one tournament, the 3K daily rebuy or buy and rebuy add-on already taken. Alright, you can have it. And the rest of these are 50 and L9 max. So lots of games, lots going on, but I took a nap and missed all the good tournaments. So that's okay. This is how we're doing it. Okay. Apparently there's an ice cream truck in the neighborhood, if you guys can hear that. Did play a satellite trying to get into the that 215, what was it, 125 guaranteed earlier. Ace queen right into kings. Push from the button. King, big blind head kings. But other than that, I haven't played at all today, really. Well, at all. Had a few errands I had to run. So it's the nighttime. Okay. Player calls. Don't know this player at all. I think we just bet for value. He calls 7 on the turn. Can he have a hand that beats me? For sure. But I don't think we're going to bet small enough so we can fold. I'm just going to make it easy. Really don't know what he's calling with on that flop that he's folding the turn. Maybe just a raw ace king, waiting to see if I bet twice. Kind of a risky thing to do. But I'll take it. Cold call this one. Range does raise a lot. So him coming out of first isn't my biggest fear. I think I'm going to make the 3-bet over here. The full pot. So this should be something requiring protection. Which means I can do that. So like he could have jacks, tens, queens, kings, aces, whatever. My worst case scenario, I think I have 9 outs. My best case, I have 15. Wow. I'm free rolling. Holy shit. I did not see that as a thing. What the fuck was that? Like, the guy's at Super Donkey, but I don't know why he would call me there. I'm going to do that with every pair. I'm going to do that with every draw. Oh, that's brutal. Can't hit the heart there for the free roll. Absolute free roll. No way to lose, only can win. Maybe he thought I was on a lower draw of some kind, but I think he just spazzed off. People are really frayed nerves because there's so many games going on all the time that I think people get a little frazzled. Look at that. Made a great fold. Don't tell me he's going to bet again. No, hopefully he's got a set of 4s. Kind of doubt it, though. I think I would have had the winner here. I probably would have check raised the turn. Jacks. No, that was totally, utterly safe. He had ace-5 of clubs. Fold here. Fold here. Double gutty. Take a free card. I am going to raise that one. I'm going to check here. I think we definitely call here. He sometimes has king jack, but I think it's okay to call. Sometimes he's just got nothing. He could even have like king queen sometimes. Yeah, we're going to let it go. I don't know why I even limped this one, honestly. Just kind of acting too quickly. You can have it, sir. You can have it. Fold. Okay, if everybody else is doing it. Eights is pretty good. Like, if I flop a set of eights, I really don't feel bad about it because I feel like, you know, I don't feel like I'm in danger at all because nine's up. I think you're always going to see a raise. I could definitely have raised the eights on the button. But, you know what? With that many players in, I'd rather take a chance at flopping the set and milking great value. We're definitely not done with the hand. Eights can be good on their own. I do think we want to raise here. Sometimes he has a 5, but a lot of times it's just a 7.
You're embarrassing me running
Hey, what's
around
up,
like an
team?
idiot in your trunks.
And we take it out. And we take it down. What's up, bro? Good luck on the grind. Thank you, my man. Cheers, brother. That was a nice little raise. This is kind of weird because I donked at him for minimum and then he raised me and then he's betting on the turn. I think I'm going to let it go. I think if I wanted to win this pot, I have to make a big move. I lost track of the hand. I should have checked it. I saw that there was just 2 of us, and for a millisecond there, I thought I limped it and he was in the big blind. He had raised and I had defended the big blind. There was no small blind. Yeah, definitely a lot of volume going right now, and I'm kind of not 100% awake on it. Just going to call here. I like underplaying the ace-king in this scenario. You can call. Have the nut flush draw going. I mean, I have a lot of history with this player. He really does take his time and try to like make good, well thought out bets. I'm obviously way too strong to ever really go anywhere. I'm going to call. 10 on the river is not great because he can have ace 10, queen 10, some king jacks, but I have the king of hearts, so it's not very likely. But I do like just check call, check call, check call. King 9, because sometimes he's just going to lose his mind. He's right, though. I should never have ace-king there. I don't really love this. I'm obviously going to 3-bet. Range likes to open a lot of hands, this guy here. So, We are going to raise to that much. This kind of makes range have to jam with the good hands. He folds. I'm not folding to anybody now. If these guys want to jam, that's fine. And let's re-raise here. Just going to call here. Check. Take it down. Nice one. Small re-raise isn't crap. This I'm going to let go. I'm going to check here. 3-bet and miss the flop. Oh, that's a good price. I'm going to check this one back. Ooh, we flopped the strizzle. Wow, this is crazy. I'm going to go ahead and fold here. Hang on a sec, man. I'll answer your question in just a minute. I'm going to bet half pot here. Somebody should have an ace. Check it down, and I win. Why don't you play more on ACR? Weren't you a stormer back in the day? Yes, I was. I was actually the first ACR stormer back then. I mean, we're going to chop this one a ton, but I think we bet for value anyway. Ooh, because Feng's a payoff wizard. Love this. Love this. What'd you have, Feng? Ace Queen. And we just check and we win that one too. I do play on ACR, but the World Series is in town, and you know I'm in Nevada. So when that is the case, there is a lot of easy money on WSOP. So pretty much most of my time, especially most of my time on stream, is dedicated right now to WSOP. I don't really have the reach or the audience as I did, you know, before I took my break and then came back to streaming. So I'm, you know, also not vlogging. Also, the structure has changed for how they handle their sponsored pros. I'm not really looking for any of that. I was never looking for it at the time, but it was very new when I was the first stormer. I still have my affiliate account. You guys can still sign up through me. I just got one a couple days ago, which was great, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, I do like ACR. I play on there a lot, but the thing is, like, when the cash games are so good, I'm basically, this is my Chip Reese WSOP. I'm basically showing up in almost no tournaments and just grinding cash a ton because, you know, it's the most profitable thing right now. I have not flopped a set in like 3 days, man. It is brutal. A lot of potential here, but need help on the turn. I don't even think they even call them stormers anymore. I think they're just sponsored pros. Top pair and the flush draw. Aces. First aces of the day. So yeah, so I do play on ACR a bunch. If you watched last month, tons of ACR. I do think we want to re-raise here. Well, we're not folding. All right, we got the best flush draw. I need a king 5 or 6. He makes the full house on the turn. 3-1 with the best flush draw and top pair. There's no way I'm going anywhere. Good play all around. The original Razor should have more ace-kings than anything. But, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. Plus, I pick up outs on the turn. Where am I going on the turn if we just call? Right? I could get a 5, 6, or king on the river. Sucks to lose the buy-in, but got 3-1 on my money with the most potential. The other guy having the gut shot and flush draw is really unfortunate for him. He's pretty much drawing dead. So Midnight can have some. I do think we want to raise here. We raise small. Look at this. I can't even. 7 deuce, come on. I was waiting for it to come off. Deuce, deuce, deuce. Alright, let's make a standard open. And I think we want to go ahead and bet. Get snap called. I think we bet again. A little bit bigger. He can also have sets. He can have deuces. He can have king jack. I'm basically representing ace king or nothing. I just want to get paid by king queen. And the occasional, you know, super draw I need to charge. Whoa. What happened there? Uh-oh. Lost that table. There it goes. Accidentally closed it. Yeah, I get you, bro. Anyways, keep up the good work. I like your streams, and your YouTube videos are great for when I miss and have to leave the stream early. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, everybody follow the YouTube. And don't forget to check out the TikTok and Instagram and shit, too, because I put out edited content on those. Little like, 2-minute or less things that are just kind of a lot of fun, but I do my fancy editing and fun stuff during those. Nope. I could have c-bet this, but I didn't. Got the Stormers, Elite, Stormers, and then Pros. Ah, okay. Well, I don't know what that's all about. I honestly don't even know how it works. The only guys I see, I think, are pros, right? Like Brian DePaulo and Boski and Fat Train and all those guys. Those are all pros, right? Like all the guys in the punters pad, those are the pros. Like I don't think I know any names of the Stormers. Sometimes we lose to a better 10 here, but a lot of times we're good. Ah, there's the better 10. Yeah. This guy's bet was Garbo. He had King 5. Yeah, I knew it was just trash. Look at this. He had King 5. He's just betting for nothing. Okay. No sets. Nothing I can do. It's just so frustrating. I feel like I haven't... That's been the story of like my last week, is that I'm looking at these juicy-ass amazing games, but you have to hit a hand at some point, you know what I mean? Like, you have to make something to get value. If you don't get any value, you can't value bet. So I've basically been like sticking around the same area for no reason, you know? My mouse is fucked up again. There it goes. Weird settings on my mouse. Close that down. Folding. Yeah, I'd love to play some of those online bracelet events, but I can't seem to satellite in. There's not a lot of great satellites on WSOP. They're getting better. Like the first week of the series was really shit with the satellites. Like, it was super garbo. But they're getting better. I saw the one today was $215 entry with a $30 buy-in. So, you know, you're playing an 8-to-1 satellite, which to me is fine. I think we can just bet here. I think we want to bet like we're protecting the queen. It's not a whole lot for him to stick around with, so we just take it down. Nope. I think we can get value out of two pair here, occasionally 6-9 or 9-10, but not really much else. There's the 9-10. Yeah, this guy doesn't raise without having it, so we're just going to raise fold there, or bet fold there. I think it's fine. Those are the ones you really make money on, is by saving money. And a lot of outs going, but I think we just bet for value. Get snap called. Raise this one. Jack's not the worst. It's not the best. Somebody can have 10 jack. They could also have some other hands. We're going to check here and probably call river. I was trying to get bluffed, but I think he's just got a flush draw. 8-10. Wow, he picked up the open ender. No bluff on the river. That's interesting. He had good removal. Because I shouldn't have any straights ever. And when he has a 10, it's very hard for me to have, you know, it takes away full houses I can have. I'm just going to call this one. I would 3-bet, but I'm going to flop a set. So it's kind of better if I don't 3-bet. It's the first set I've flopped in forever. Problem is, I wish I had 3-bet it now, but I guess we just check. I'm going to go ahead and bet and try to get called by somebody with a draw. That's the worst card in the deck. I'm just going to call. This is a worthless fucking, you know, it just kills my action because he can have all the ace-kings. I'm going to check here. Pick up a shitload of equity. Bet the turn. It's delayed c-bet, but we also have a ton of equity now. That's a good thing I've noticed, is to delay that c-bet instead of just leading right at the bad flop from my range. I do like doing that, especially when I'm heads up. Like, why c-bet there, right? Like, that one's going to favor him way more than me, right? Unless I have an overpair. But then when I check it and bet the turn, like, I could even raise the turn there. I had so much equity, but bet the fucking turn. It really looks like I hit something good. And the reason why I didn't raise there is because Feng is never going to... he shouldn't really call me when that queen hits. Only because... whatchamacallit? If I raise, I should have straights, right? Like there's definitely a few straights I can have without 3-betting. But from his position, nobody 3-bet, he can have all the ace kings, so there's really no point in raising. That's a lot of outs. So this limp raise, re-raise is kind of weird. The cold call is kind of funny. This is one of those situations where I could definitely get set over set, but I don't think I can fold if, well, he didn't even call. Well, we're absolutely going to call. That's kind of the flop that's the worst case scenario for range. So, unless he has a pair, and he really shouldn't be betting it big. If you have aces here, this is the worst bet in the world, because this is going to happen every time. Like, this is just a flop set or, straight draw. Look at that. The king 9, that's hilarious. I can't believe he got it in there. The king 9. I mean, he's not wrong, but the limp call, cold call 3-bet. Yeah, the Stormers are Uncle Slackers, Zio's dad, etc. Elite Stormers are Poker Bras and Twinny Poker, and of course, the pros. Yeah, I don't know who those other dudes are. I only know any of the pros, I guess. I guess I only know the pro names. But I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Because they vlog and shit. Like, you kind of have to know the Stormers from, I guess, their Twitch streams. Like, and I'm basically doing the same job that I did as a Stormer right now. Like, saying, hey, here's my sign-up code if you want to use that. It helps me out, and I'll help you out, and I'll give you a couple bucks. But I just don't have the, I still have all the followers, but I don't think enough people realize I'm streaming, or maybe they watch somebody else or whatever. So this player limped, called my raise, and then he called me on the flop. I'm just going to call here. I'm going to check and probably play some big pot poker post flop. Nice. I'm just going to call here. It's just me in range. I'm going to raise him. I mean, this rarely gets called unless he has exactly ace-queen or ace-7. Yeah, but I don't think we want to... I don't want to call here because he's not going to bet the river a third time because he never has anything really good. It's just whatever. Alright. Look at this. Glad I didn't fucking 3-bet or bet. Yeah, the Stormer thing ended for me when... Back then, there was a different guy managing it. I'm pretty sure... Somebody told me he's completely out of his affiliation because of his attitude. But he was a real jerk. And I was the number one guy. And he started having these fucking meetings. And we would have these Skype meetings, which, this is back in 2016. That wasn't as common a thing. But we would have these fucking Skype meetings all the time. Are you the former Flippa? Yes, I am. I am still the Flippa. I changed the name. This is kind of weird. I'm going to let it go, though. I'm still Flippa, but I changed the name. I'll put in the command in a second here. See, like, people are still finding me, and I've been back since September. This is interesting. These are the ones where I would have flopped the set. These are always the ones. I'll get out for a buck now, right? And then it comes off like 3 ace king. Look at the ace 10 go ape shit and pick up equity. And lose. Well, that's kind of the best flop for when I get 3-bet, unless he has exactly kings or aces. I'm going to raise. I'm just going to go for it now, and hopefully he has aces. He also jams draws. No? Maybe he just had jacks. He can also be 3-betting the suited ace of spades, so... I mean, But yeah, welcome, Fresh Fish. Oh, but the Stormer thing. So there was a guy who was running the Stormers, and he was a good guy. I'm not going to say his name. I do remember him, though. But he was a good guy. I haven't heard from him since back then. And they would have these meetings, and it was like, you know, if you were attentive, which I was, you knew all the promos that were coming out, right? You knew about the online series. You knew about everything. So basically these meetings, as I was originally told, were just to touch base and, you know, make sure everybody was doing their homework, right? But it was basically a free roll for them because they were just basically paying us in tournament entries, right? So, I mean, my affiliate account, I can still see all the promos that they have all the time if I wanted to pump them up and, you know, advertise for them and set up a play schedule for these online events, you know, and things like that. I could do that right now. But, you know, I always had the attitude of I'm going to play what I want to play because what the fuck good does it do me to say, oh, I'm going to play this tournament, and then I wake up that day and I feel like shit, you know? So basically the way it went was there's this meeting, and it was a Skype call with like 8 of the Stormers on it, and I had gotten Gold Stormer again. I think I was one of 2 at the time who had gotten it for that month, which meant I got the most signups and, you know, did the most promo and shit like that. And apparently at some point in the meeting, they tried to acknowledge it, and I was off the call. And I left the call because they were just sitting around telling bad beat stories. It was just them being a bunch of jerk-offs. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not here for this, man. So I just fucking ended the call. I could have just sat there on the call, but I was so annoyed by it, and it brought me back to my, you know, days when I was a general manager of, like, useless meetings. And I was infuriated. Well, then later, the guy who ran the Stormers did a private call with me, and he said, hey, I need to talk to you or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, did you know that there was a call? And I was like, yeah, man, I was there. And he's like, yeah, you were there, but then you left. And I'm like, you guys were just sitting around telling bad beat stories, and it was a waste of fucking time, so I just left. I was like, you weren't talking about anything. You already handled all the business, and then you guys were just kind of blah, 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 and I'm not here for it. And he was like, well, you know, you're required to be this. And I went, required? And he goes, yeah. And I go, where the fuck does it say that in my deal? I'm like, my deal requires that I get signups. I earn a certain number of signups, and I get a certain amount of reward from you guys for that. There's nowhere in the deal it says I have to sit there with your fucking meetings and shit. And he was like, well, it's implied and blah, blah, blah. And I go, well, you know, I'm not going to do that. And he started to get loud, and I just said, look, I don't work for you, motherfucker. And, you know, it was basically like a free, you know, I was basically like a contractor. You know, it's like if I produced certain results, I got certain pay. You know, it was like you couldn't deny it to me. There was no other requirement. And he got really pissed that I motherfucked him. That's a big thing in the poker world. If you were ever a poker dealer and you were telling a story and you said, then the guy motherfucked me, that person, that player would be 86 from the thing. That's basically just swearing at the dealer. I never got very offended because I talk like a fucking sailor anyway. So I just told him, I was like, I don't work for you, motherfucker. And he lost his mind. And, you know, he was already screaming at me, so I figured, fuck it. And he lost his mind and shit. And then, like a week later, he was like, I had already taken their stuff off my page, and I was like, if you want to sign up with ACR, that's cool, but I don't fucking storm for them anymore. I'd already quit, and he was like, well, we're not going to have you as a stormer. And I'm like, dude, I already quit. I'm like, do you want to check my fucking YouTube and shit? And so it was really kind of bad blood, but I love ACR, and I would do it again, but I'd have to have a real conversation, and I would have to be like a pro. I like 3-betting in this specific scenario. And, yeah, we're going to get the fold a ton there. Yeah, it was just a bad scene. A lot of negative energy at that time. Sorry, I'm looking for something on my desktop. Nope. Okay. I was looking. I thought I had a note screen up, but no. So I've 3-bet range quite a bit, but I think we're going to do it again. Queens are just too strong. This player's going to have an overpair quite a bit. We're gonna raise him small. Yeah, he's just gonna ditch. I'm not gonna let a free card come off though. It's fine. I mean, I guess I could have. It's kings, but eh. Is it me or I don't see you win many hands? I don't see me win enough hands either. I agree completely. Let's all write a letter to WSOP. Let's start a campaign. More winning hands for Qui-Gon Broke. How many hands am I supposed to win? That's a great one. That's like, is your grandmother in my chat? What the fuck is that? That was like your grandmother and my grandmother got together, came back from the dead, and decided to make a Twitch account. I don't know. I don't see you winning very many hands. Oh, that's a riot. That was a good one. Oh. It's not the amount of hands you win. It's the number of trolls you can fuck with.
Is it me?
Is it me, or I don't see you winning many hands?
Is it me?
Is it me? Am I the drama? Am I the drama? I'm not the drama.
I fucking love that you know that.
Oh, come on!
I mean, I know.
That's LGBTQ homework. I have to know it.
I know, but I just love it. I think I love your queer self.
I don't know about this. I'm just going to check. Ah, he did have nothing. I was kind of... I didn't know if he had a 10. If he had had more money, I would have bet. But he only had $10. Ah, that sucks. Because he's never going to...
Not winning many hands again.
There I go. Not winning many hands again, man. I'll tell you. Is it me? Am I the drama?
Oh, I love you.
That's so funny. That is a weird raise under the gun. I'm not even going to mess with it. He's too short. If he had 50, I would play. But he's only got 30, so he's probably going to just fucking chuck in his money like a fucking baked potato. I'm going to make a video out of that. That's funny. If that's an honest question, I'll definitely handle it, but I feel like it's just a troll. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the reason why players... That's actually probably the core reason why a lot of players don't do well and are not winning players, is because they expect to win more hands. Like, you really don't win many.
That's why you have to play so many. Like, that's the goal.
Right, that's the idea, right.
Play the more hands you play,
the more hands I play, the more opportunities I get. Very good, see?
Yeah, very good. See, you fuck off. I went to college.
You didn't go to I explained to you why I play fucking 9 tables.
I know, but I mean, that's just common sense. Like, obviously, the more irons you have in the fire, the better the chances of one getting lit.
Or irons.
Metaphors! You know, I'm gonna kill a bird with 2 stones.
I'm gonna kill a bird with 2 stones, and you know, it's like beating off a horse. You know, it's like beating off a dead horse. You know, a bird in your ass is worth 3 in the bush. You know, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? A stitch in 9, you know, doesn't waste anybody's watch. What the fuck am I talking about?
You said irons?
I mean...
Listen, in my high mind, it made a lot of sense. I just want to go to sleep. I took my Celexa this morning. Usually that has me laid out all day.
No.
I also took a Benadryl. And I've been up since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I've smoked copious amounts of weed. Indica dominant at that. And I cannot go to bed. I feel like it's because I'm sleeping. I mean, I feel like I'm sleeping.
He says, I probably am. When I said, am I the drama? He says, you probably are, dude. I mean, you're not wrong.
Damn it, I was feeling sleep coming on. It had to be funny.
What the hell is going on here on this day?
sometimes that light is so bright.
I think we just check this one. This player's kind of too short to really screw with. I'm just going to check, and maybe he bluffs river. Sometimes we let him get there, but he's just going to have an ace too often in these scenarios. Yeah, but that's the only way we make any money, too, is by checking 3 times, because for some reason he thinks that if a guy checks 3 times, he doesn't have anything, and he's going to compulsively bluff. But, I mean, there's, at no point is there ever a good idea to bet this hand. Just check it all the way, let him bluff the river, snap call it, and then he can go bitch about how I played it. That was 100% a troll? Alright. And he's still hanging around, I don't care. I got a good video out of it. That is I don't know. I mean, it's not a huge raise. He's in the small blind. I kind of like this in position. I mean, it's a big, well, that's like the worst flop we can get. It only gets worse if there's an ace out there. Fold. I think we can raise reasonably there. It's kind of a good hand. Cold call. Love the cold call from the monster stack. Love that. Is it me or you don't ever get ace-ace? Right. Right. That is true. That doesn't seem to happen nearly often enough. Gas is expensive. Better get your winnings straight. 250. What are you talking about? I think we're just going to go for the small bet here. I don't think we have a big enough stack to really fold. If anything happens, I'm just going to check this one. Yeah, it's this guy with his ace-9 again. He's not going to call. Better get your winnings straight. I mean, gas is expensive, but whatever.
We have a hybrid.
Huh?
We have a hybrid.
Yeah. I can still get 35 miles to the gallon, so... Although in the heat, it does run much rougher.
A whole lot rougher.
Yeah. When I came out of the place today, I started it up and hit the AC, and I started to drive away, and then I was like, wait a minute. And I pulled back over and let the car fucking cool down for a while before I drove, and it really helped. Like, just get it.
Okay, so you did notice that
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was true when I was driving Uber, you know. I mean, it was always whatever. If I turned the car off for an extended period of time and it was hot out and shit, the AC would end up working too hard. So I would start it and I would stay off the app back then for like 20 minutes. And then just to get the AC going. Now, if I turn the AC off, the car doesn't run as rough.
Right, so the other day when I was coming home,
Yeah.
that other night when I told you I wasn't sure if I was feeling something,
Yeah.
I actually drove home without the AC on when it started doing that because it was running too rough and I was too far out.
Yeah.
And I was a little, scared to be. I didn't want to get stranded that
Well,
far
it
out.
was also low on gas. No, it wasn't at that
night
point.
when I was coming home, it was a full tank.
Wasn't? Oh, that was after I filled it up. Oh.
That was after you filled it.
Hey, play nice in the comments, guys. I don't want to have to ban anybody, but I honestly don't give a fuck. I actually had 2 petitions this week for people to be unbanned. I banned them before the break, so like 4 years ago or whatever it was, and I need to start coming up with a thing for that before the break. Is that before the snap, like in Marvel?
Yeah.
But it is almost 5 years. But and they were like petitioning to be unbanned, and I don't unban anybody. My old rule used to be you had to pay to be unbanned, but I don't give a fuck. I don't do it anymore. I actually had a few guys pay like a big amount to get unbanned, and I told them there was no guarantee you weren't going to get rebanned. One guy, I remember, the one guy in Canada, he paid to get unbanned 4 fucking times. In the end, he paid $100 for the last one. But over the course of the thing, he gave me like, I think it was 20 and then 40. Wow, that's weird. Is this a free roll for him? Like, is this a free bluff? Yeah, that's all that was. When the board pairs on the end, it kind of, when I check, it's kind of a free bluff because the kicker doesn't matter. That's your one warning, man. Cool. Yeah, no problem, man. Oh, look at that turn. I'm going to bet here. I don't know how often he has something, but if he does, he's going to raise me. It's a weird thing to do, too, because if I had king-queen, you would expect me to bet the flop. So his min bet on the flop, he may just super spaz here. This isn't really meant to get a call. This is more so meant to make the person frustrated. Oh, he fucking nutter buttered the river. Look at that. That's hilarious. Just called me when he made the straight, too. Like, what do you think I'm doing? He picks up... That two-outer picked up the ultimate amount of outs for him. I would have raised the shit out of that. He had the open-ender and the flush draw. He should have raised it. We would have... I mean, I would have gotten it in if I was him, and he absolutely would have beat me. Yeah, I don't mind this too much in position. Fucking ace. This small re-raise is annoying. If I had nines, I would consider this. Yep. Aces and kings. When I'm saying considering it, I mean considering calling if this just calls, but when he re-raises, obviously we're out of there. This is bad. I think I'd have to go bet, 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 super bet here, and he might just have fucking queens or something and may never fold. Do I go for this bluff? I think I do. It's kind of a hard call to make with jacks. Boom! Nice one. Backdoored it. It was that little pause on the turn where I could have picked up the draw and decided not to bet it. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. That's a good post. Don't mind that at all. That's a pretty good flop. It's fine. That's fine with me. So what do I got today? I got like 50 in buy-ins. Yeah. So I'm down like 20 in the cash games. Not enough there for me. Oh, I meant to fold. I misclicked. I meant to fold. Totally misclicked that. And of course, the king hits the turn, so I have no chance at bluffing. Not no chance, but low percentage chance. Because I can't have as many kings as he can. And plus he can just have fucking aces. Like, basically all I can have here are draws. Spades. I can have some sixes. Can't really have the suited six. I can have 7-8. But once the second flush draw shows up, I'm probably just going to ditch with 7-8. So, and plus that's the thing. If you sitting there and like you float a guy down, and 7-8 makes a straight, you have to hope that he sees that 7-8 makes a straight if you want to run that bluff, and that's not really my game against Feng over here. Feng kind of just is a payoff guy. So some people you can bluff, and other people you just gotta take the value town. So where are we at in this one? 84th, 115 left. Top 35 getting paid. Top prize 940. Min cash 2483. I mean, it's whatever. I don't like where I'm at, but in all honesty, I still got a ton of blinds here. I got 30. What is that? 30 plus 35 blinds. So we're comfortable. Okay. It's not the worst flop, but it's not the best. Sleep likes to do this weird thing where they overbet when they hit a flop like this, so I don't think we're going to open up the betting and then get raised off. We're just going to check. Ooh, the lead out. I don't think this lead out is smart from the short stack, but he's super short, so he shouldn't be looking to fold. He should be getting it in here if he has some kind of draw. Unless you have exactly like the ace-5 or the suited 5. I guess the suited 5 can just call, but you really don't want to. Let's raise that one. Been a little quiet for a little while, so I mean, it's not like you can't raise this. Yeah, this was just like a 4. There are 4 players in this pot. I'm going to check, even though that is the best possible flop for my range. Because there are 4 of us. And I don't have an ace. I mean, that can be bullshit, but I can't fire blind into 3 players, so. And you have to bet kind of big. Even in these multi-way, like, you have to bet like half pot there. It's such a different structure than ACR. It was really a tough adjustment for me to make, but then when I did, I started just smacking final tables. Nope. I think this is one where we can actually just rep the queen with a small bet. He snap calls. I do think we take the bigger bet here. I mean, he just calls. 3 on the river kind of sucks because he can absolutely have a 3. We're just going to check. 4-6. And we're going to re-raise here. It's good to get all that value with pocket 8s, especially out of the short stack. I mean, he's obviously just a fish. You know, he's calling with a gut shot and no hope. But still, could have just checked the turn and missed out on that extra $4. I'm going to go ahead and bet. I have to bet a little bit bigger. Okay, let's go. Race it. Ace it. Oh, look at the 6 on the turn. He should have just been jamming it himself if he's going to play it with $11 on the table. Definitely think we're going to continue. Where's my computer doing all these updates? Wow, that 9 sucks. That 9 really sucks. I think that 9 screws me. The 9 screws me because he can have King Jack just all day. Even though I have a Jack. Shit. And him having a Jack if he's any kind of semi-knowledgeable guy. I guess I just had to bet 3 times. Maybe he's just one of those guys that just doesn't fold. Had a lot of outs, though. Good shot, backdoor flush draw. That's just an equity smash. There's no real skill to that. I have all the equity. We can easily bet there. I am going to raise this. Not always with the 10-9, but I do like to sometimes. I like 10-9 a lot. More than 10-Jack, I think. It's one of those hands, if you look it up, it's one of the few hands that at 100 big blinds you can raise from any position. You can't always re-raise, and when somebody limps, you shouldn't be raising too often, but you want to mix in. But you actually can 3-bet quite a bit. I think we just do this. I mean, it's a limped pot, so he's going to have more draws than queens. So we can just take it down like we're protecting a queen, king, queen, something like that. Even queen, jack. Yeah, I wonder if I had gone for it on that one. I don't think so, though. I mean, if he's calling that flop and turn bet, I really don't think he's folding the river there. Because that river really didn't change anything. I mean, I'm not going to have king-jack anywhere near as much as he is. And if I had ace-queen, I would just check it. I would probably check kings there. No, kings I could bet because he's not supposed to have king-jack, but he can have a lot of 2-pair combos, and I basically only have 1 pair. And having the jack in his hand, I don't think I would have folded it. I mean, the bet was going to be big, but I think we're better off just taking the $12 loss instead of, you know, betting 21 on the end. I think that would have been the only bet I could make. 20, 21, somewhere in there. This is kind of... Nah. I'm just going to check. I like half pot here. Snap called behind. 8 on the river. There really shouldn't be much that beats me, or that beats my range. Yeah, that one's a good 2-barrel. There's just way more draws than anything else. I think the other guy over here had a 10, and Wall Street might have had like king queen or something. He might have just been wanting to see me bet twice. He could have had a flush draw, I guess, but he never has an ace. So we just have to bet twice. You bet twice in the 2 players, it's just too strong. I'm winning more pots now. They're not big, but I'm winning more. I mean, the 9 on the turn isn't great. We're just going to keep value betting, though. Ace on the river. The only problem here is he can have king, queen. He can also have just the ace of clubs. He can have, I guess, the ace, queen, but I think we just bet half pot and kind of look like we're full of shit. I mean, if he check raises, obviously it's bad for me. But he never folds. That's the thing. You got to get all 3 streets. King, queen, right? Yep, there it is. King, queen. Kind of makes sense. He shouldn't have called the turn. I mean, in all honesty. Because you're don't get me wrong, a lot of players, they're not going to bet the river. But when the ace comes off, I mean, that's kind of an action killer for me. Look at this shit. Look at this. Felt like something was going on here. I mean, you can't just call here if you ever, unless you have like 2-pair plus. I mean, I guess he should have the 4-6, but I had a 4, so I don't know. But if Clairvoyant's going to call, he should just jam. Yeah, 4-6, there it is. The just call gave it away. If he had jammed, I think Clairvoyant calls. You don't want to just call there. Because, I mean, he had $10 left. You might as well, you know, he's more likely to get called by jamming. But the call looks super strong. Because it's like you're afraid of absolute nothing. Hitish of a flop. It's a good turn. I mean, he could just have an overpair and just be going absolutely apeshit. But when I backdoor the flush... Yep. Thanks, bro. Kind of obvious. Kind of obvious there, bro. Like, I'm never calling a bet on the river. But it's kind of obvious that he's going to give us all the money when I hit the flush. Or the jack. The jack would have been tough for me, but... Yeah. Kind of super odd V, bro. Ooh, $9.99. There is another 9 max, so I'm going to get off that table soon. I don't want to have more than, you know... I do like having the stack with Feng here, but at the same time, I like the double and ditch method. Where'd everybody go? I lose to ace high, right? 8-9, I win. Nice. Thing again. I gotta get a new mouse. Slight superstition. I don't play the hand out of first, so I'm just gonna close that one. We're first on the list for that other one, so should be able to get on that soon. A small re-raise. It's cost him so much money versus the right players. $5K, you win. Oh, there it is. That's why that did that. I was wondering why my lobby closed. Oh, that's kind of a good card. I mean, I'm dodging clubs, but I don't think we want to blow him out of the pot completely. Sometimes he has king 9. 7 on the river. I guess we try to make it look bluffy, right? Ah, he didn't have anything. I thought he was trying to hero me down with some kind of weird king, but maybe not. Food. Ooh, what a flop. We might be gambling here. And the original limper leads out. We're gonna go ahead and raise. Not too big. Let's see if we can make a big pot here. 9 on the turn. I think we just bet again. He's never folding. And I'm good, right? Woohoo! He had the ace king of hearts, didn't he? King 8 of hearts! Oh, you shouldn't be playing that on a first. You know better than that. The 9 is good. I love it. The 9 is good. And we show it down. Oh, it's so sick. The 9. I mean, we could have got... I don't know how we didn't get it all in. He led and called a raise. How do we not get it all in? I mean, at least on the turn. I mean, on the turn, I was setting up a river barrel. Like, that's the thing. That's what I was trying to do. Was I was trying to set up the river jam in case I missed, but it didn't feel like I needed it. I don't know why. Like, that was a total audible at the moment to not bluff the river. Oh, can't get a heart? 9? Traffic's just going to bomb it. Yeah, I'm going to let it go. Yeah, without the heart, I can't keep going there. Yeah. Fold, check. Just going to call. Check here. Check here. That's not bad. I mean, it fits both our ranges. Him leading out is kind of weird. He really shouldn't. I'm going to let it go. I don't know what he's doing. I'm going to check this one. And I'm going to check the river. And see if range wants to show down something. Because he's going to have a lot of ace-jacks. He's going to have a lot of, you know, king... Ah, ace-7 suited. Okay. That makes sense. Give him a shot. I might have bet the turn if I was him. Just because he can have a lot of 10s. But a lot of players don't bet second pair. Fold, fold, fold. Are there any fucking good tournaments going on that I can get in now? Because this is kind of frustrating. It's just garbage. I mean, it's not garbage, but it's like I have to have a much bigger bankroll to jump in with this shit. I mean, we're here for the cash games, but I kind of like having a tournament going. Probably going to go for this one. I'm currently 87th out of 98 remaining, top 35 getting paid. Yeah, we're probably going to go for this. I mean, he's not going to fold an overpair, but we're going to have 12 outs versus a lot of those. Queen Jack, really? This motherfucker called me with Queen Jack. Just over cards. That's fucking disgusting. That's the kind of shit that really fucking pisses me off. We would have gotten it in on the turn anyway, but whatever, bro. Queen Jack offsuit out of first. Calls the check jam. I could just have ace high and just, you're beat. Like, why are you calling there for an extra fucking awful price? It's not like I raise small. Oh, it's just awful. Ooh, that 9's pretty, though. We flopped a set. I'll get something to fill in here. Just going to take me a minute. Hustler is the kind of guy who tends to go bluff, bluff, bluff. I'm just going to call him and check the turn really quick. If he has a king, he'll go apeshit. This can, yeah. I was going to say this can almost never get called. He'll jam it sometimes. Like, as a pure, like, king-queen kind of spot. Sucks. Went out 97th in that one. Gut shot. Works his fang. I'm going to check. Ooh. Can we get the 10 in the river? Well, I'm not going to draw for it. Check. I'm not going to blow myself off my equity here. Half pot we can obviously call. Look at this fucking nonsense. Anybody want to kill your action here with 6-9 of clubs? 6-9 or 9-10 of clubs, but that's just silly. Move this one up here. Maybe I can get a 6 max on here. I can take 1 6 max. Yeah, because I gotta wait 30 minutes for that one. Yeah, there's like no tournament I want to play. I mean, there's a 5500 that goes off in about 40 minutes, but I would be max late regging it. Oh no, it's a turbo. So it would be, I get 16,000 at level 16. That would only be 16 blinds. Yeah, no, I don't want to play that. I'd have to get in early, but it's a turbo. And it's a horrible structure. Queen's nice. Super small bet. My quick call can look whatever. We absolutely call here. He could definitely have the ace-queen with the ace of hearts. I don't know how often you're going to bet even aces here. I called him. I kind of snapped him. Yeah, I know you got it, bro. I know you have nothing on the turn, and you have the nuts on the river. Way to go. It's just fucking hilarious. Like, if I raise that flop, though, like, he's betting super small. I definitely could have raised this flop, but what's the point? I'm so fucking far ahead. Like, I'll lose a small pot. I'm never going to bluff that. I don't know why he would even check. He's better off over-betting the river. Ooh, double gutter. Look at that. Super turbo. Yeah, it's all garbage overnight. It's trash. Yeah, I don't see any good tournaments at all. Yeah, we're just gonna be playing cash, it looks like. Let's take a look at the 6 max. 6 max is a little bit more involved, so we'll have to make sure we get a good table. This one looks alright. This isn't bad. I'm going to take this seat and we'll get a 6 max in there. I should be getting off this one, but it's not the worst scenario. I guess I should. No. It's close, and I feel like now that I've said it out loud, I have to. So, if I got 95 when the blinds come around, I'll just ditch the table. And then I'll put up another 6 max. We'll have 2 going. Ooh, kings. Nope. Me and Fang. Fang the thing. I mean, I'm never folding. Yeah, he folds. This table just fucking die that quick? Are you serious? Yeah, we'll ditch it. I get 3-bet by this guy. I'm going to overplay. If he's got aces, good for him. But he's going to call with queens, ace, king. Look at the ace right in the fucking door. I can't even hit the fucking case king. I mean, this is why I'm trying to jam there, is because I want him to call with ace, king. It just sucks. Way to go for it, bro. Best case scenario, you have 3 outs there. Nobody's jamming queens there, bro. Even though you don't know that. I mean, I would have lost a piece there, but not that much. Well, hopefully I can look tilty here. Come on. That was easy. Hold. Nice. No chop. Sweet. I'm just going to bet big. I'm trying to look really tilty, so if this player goes off, it's fine. Oh, I got most of my money back. Aces versus kings. Ugh. Kings over here again. Look at this. Had aces 2 hands ago, then ace queen, and then kings. I'm just going to rip on this guy. I think he might go too. This is one of those fuck it scenarios where he might just be like, fuck it, this guy can't always have it. But out of position, I kind of really love overplaying the kings, obviously. Underplaying the ace. Check. He's also short, so like sometimes these guys like who stick around with a shorter stack, they kind of go banana crackers when they get a half a decent hand. So like he's not going to fold 10s to me there. I did get it all back just that quickly. That's nice. Lose a buy-in on a bullshit, you know, 70-30 and then win it all back in like 30 seconds. Just gonna call. Just because I expect to see some 3-bets. Plus being out of position. I want to call more than 3-bet. And we'll fold. That's fine. Check, check, check. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Me and Great Dane, no thank you. You can have my blind, buddy. Yeah, I'm done with that. 6 max. I'm going to have to get on a lot of waiting lists because there's a fair number of good players. And I'm going to have to discern the best seat. I don't mind this on the button. Okay. Player's short, but we can flop well. Not really with that flop. Do have the gut shot. He may check. Super small bet. We're going to call for a spade. 5's okay. So it's 5, 7, 8. Yeah, he's just going to jam. Good jam. Very good jam, sir. A lot of players will check there. All right, let's see if we can get on one of these 6 max. What about here? Can I get on here? Yeah. Okay. Oof, really thought it was going to bink right off. Okay, what do we got here? Nope. Don't like that one. Is this table? No. No. That's worse. Just getting on these wait lists. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna be a minute before I can get back on those 9 max. For the rat hole. We are shorter by 1, so I can open there. Wow. Just gonna check. Oh, switch these boards. Do I want this table? I don't think I do. I should have c-bet it. Yeah. I lost track of that one. Definitely should have c-bet it. It was similar to this scenario, but not so much because we're 9 max. Nope. Okay. It's a limp pot. I don't know how he doesn't pair. Oh, wow. I didn't think he had an ace, but he has the bottom end of the straight. Doesn't bet it. Heads up. That's kind of funny. Like, especially after I check the turn, you can bet the river, and if I raise, you just fold. Like, is the goal just to show down? Nope. It's a little quieter now. I think that other one's past late reg, that big one online today. Yeah, it is. I can't get on this table right now, can I? I have to wait, right? Yeah, I gotta wait 7.5 minutes. Get 3-bet by the big blind, always dangerous. Come on, 10. That could slow him down either way. Either I could have a king or he could have a king. He could have aces, he could have queens. I think we check. I mean, if he bets small, I fold. I don't think I want to bet here, though. That's just silly. I don't know what he's trying to portray here. But, he didn't raise me with a pair of 3s. I think the thing there is if he doesn't have the king, which he shouldn't, he should have just like queens. That bet's going to come off, and if I'm going to call it with the ace king, yeah, I think maybe he, knowing this player, he's gonna 3-bet all pairs from the big blind. He could actually have. I'm just looking at my notes. He actually is a guy who can have deuces or threes there. Believe it or not, even though he should be just calling. And if he had, in that scenario, I'm gonna bluff the turn, and he can make something. But he was trying to go for the power bomb when I have ace king. I think that's what was going on there. It's a good guy to have on my right. He just feeds these big bets over. Fold, 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 fold. Oh, a ton of lists, man. Can we get on those tables? Guess not. Let's 3-bet. Ace, queen. Player limped. I raised. I think we want to go ahead and just value bet. When they take this long, their decisions are kind of face up. So he check raises. Can he have sets? For sure. Can he have queen jack? For sure, but I don't think we can fold because I am holding the queen. So if he goes apeshit, then I'll give it up, but he checks. He can definitely have king jack here. So I think we want to bet again. He could have also had 7-8 and just binked it. Yeah, you just fucking around. Get out of here. I think we just go ahead and bet and try to get raised. Kind of make this look like we're automatically betting. The turn's not great. I'm going to go for the home run. Like, if he has the suited ace, we may get raised here. This kind of looks like bullshit sometimes. I mean, unless he has exactly 3-5, I'm happy getting it in right here, obviously. Yeah, I think the ace killed my action. Let's just get value. This is the guy who went nuts with the pocket tens before. So he's never going to fold a pair to me, especially if I just value bet all the way down. So sometimes he's going to have 9-10, sometimes he's going to have 8-6, but I do think we can value bet, honestly, because he's going to call with ace-8, 8-9. And if he check raises, it's kind of crappy. But, you know, we'll see. Maybe he does something. Nah. Well, there's nobody here. Why did I just get put on this table now? There's nobody here. I mean, there's two guys playing heads up. The fuck is that? Just gonna lead this one right into the razor. If he has ace king, he'll go for it. If he has ace queen suited, he'll go for it. It's very rare he's gonna have 10 jack, obviously. But we're obviously never folding. This is the one I'm worried about. 10 on the turn. I'm gonna check. I can have it as much as he can. He checks. The flush on the river comes through. I'm gonna check. He can have a lot of ace kings, ace queens, but he can also have sets. Yeah, I guess the run out was fine. I like leading out there for that exact purpose. I'm gonna bet half pot here. Delayed C bet kind of looks stronger than it is. All right. Alright, there's a table. Here we go. This is the table I want. Just going to call this one. I could definitely 3-bet it. Because this player's involved, I am going to call here. It's the kind of spot where when we flop a 9 high, we get all of his stack, believe it or not. So he does a lot of funky shit. Yeah, see this call? I'm just going to fold. That's fine. It's not what I'm looking for. What is this table? Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, I might have to take another 6 max. Fold here, fold here, fold here. Fold here, call there. Check. I mean, I really like this table, and I don't want to give it up. So we're gonna have a phantom 6 max that you guys won't see the whole time. But I'll make it a little bigger. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tables. Alright, that's fine. 3, 6 max in the bottom right-hand corner. Everything else is 9 max. It's all 50 and L. And I'm up a few bucks. I mean, after the tournament buy-ins. I've made back the, what was that, $52 in tournament buy-ins, and I'm up a little bit. I'm up like 10 bucks. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in this pot. Fang bets the full pot. I think we just call. Hopefully no diamond comes off. We're trying to get raised behind. Sometimes somebody's got 9s, but I really think this is one of those ones where we're trying to get Fang to go apeshit. King on the turn. He's going to fold here quite a lot, but it also looks like bullshit quite a lot. Yeah, well. Maybe I should have just raised him on the flop. Maybe that's my mistake. He could have had ace-queen. But he's out of the big blind. Like, why is he leading there for so big? Like, so I guess we got the max, because if he's leading that much with a king, if I raise him on the flop, he's not going to call. Or an ace. He's not going to call. He might have had 2 pair. He might have had ace-9. Oh, that makes sense. Because the king kind of... Even though it's a limp pot, the king kind of lets him fold out really easily. Not going to fold for a half pot bet. Check river. Good, right? Yeah. Check, fold. Check. Fold, fold. 3 bet. Get called. Queen on the flop, I'm going to check back. I'm going to bet half pot on the turn for value. I don't think we get anything more out of him. If he had a queen, he would have led there. Player raises quite a bit. Like, kind of loose range. Min raise out of first from... Oh, I know this guy. Yeah, we played a couple days ago. He just standard opens minimum. So, tournament guy. And this probably won't get called, but we're going to play it proper anyway. I mean, if he raises, it's scary, but I'm never folding kings, especially not to a euro, which I'm pretty sure this guy is. Fold here. He does call. Ace comes off. I'm not trying to bluff him, so I'm just going to check. He can have king, queen, but so can I. 2 of the kings help me. He can have 8s. He can have 10s. That's a reasonable bet. I think I'll call it. I mean, you can't really love it with a weak ace here. So, he bets again. He should have something good. Because, I mean, I bet, you know, big pre-flop and then check flop and just call it turn. Yeah. I think he's a set plus for value here. So, that's fine. Check. It's fine. Could have gone really badly there. He could have even easily had king queen. You know, when we go check check flop, it's pretty. Okay. If the board hadn't paired 6s, like if this was like even a 9 on the turn, I think I would call, or not a 9, but a like a jack, I think I would call. But when the 6 comes off and they bet big, it's like, okay, they either just improved or they had the queen. Like, there's not a lot of bluffs there in a 4-way pot. It's just not. I'm gonna 3-bet. Limp re-raise. So the problem is this guy is kind of an idiot. So he's got jacks there plus, but it's hilarious that he limp raised, or that he raised small and then 4-bet monstrously. But it's definitely a raise fold with ace queen. This isn't bad. Deuce is pretty good. He's going to bet half pot like it's automatic. I'm going to bet this one. Looking like I'm strong. I'm going to 3-bet this one because I am strong. Oof. Only had 6 outs. So the call here is usually 4-5 more than a king. If it is a king, the jack doesn't help. So I think we bet. He snap calls. We just don't want to get beat by one pair. So you know what? I'm going to check. Yeah, he's going to have 4-5, right? Yeah. That's what I said. There's no reason to bet that river. Yeah, I'm glad I pulled it back because I'm yeah. Because I could have opened myself up to getting bluffed there. I'm glad I pulled that back and checked. I said he should have 4-5. That's a nice check. That's actually one of my favorite hands of the day right there. It's a simple thing, but it's really nice. Fold, fold. Normally king queen is in my open range under the gun, but versus the current talent in town, you have to be a little bit tighter. So I've tightened a few of my ranges, not so much my pairs, but definitely my non-suited broadways. Some suited connectors, I'm playing a little bit snugger on that front too. Nope, don't want that table. I think we just check here. I get to represent the queen very easily. That's not bad. I'm going to check. Ooh, I don't mind this. Okay. Check. Thing does that a lot. It's one of those things too that I noticed that when I have a hand that's like second pair and top card trips out, I never seem to have in those scenarios where I've checked it because I'm like meh, and then he bets small and then bets big on the turn. I'm never in this scenario where I have top pair, and that kind of stands to reason because one, I would bet it, but even from the blinds, like it's not happened yet. Like that pattern that he has of like the little tester bet out of position, like if he raised in first and I called from the blind and then the flop came off kind of good for me, and he bet and I had second pair and he bet like minimum, and then I just called and then he just like, you know, the top card trips out and he just pots the turn. It's like, just going to call here. This is kind of a different scenario. I wish this was Fang because if I had the top pair, I wouldn't mind it. All right, we call. He may have decided to go for it and then back off when the hearts came. That's kind of a value bet. We're going to give that up. Big bet on the turn from Quincy. Okay. It's just pricing me out. That's fine. Check, fold, 3-bet. Wow, big bet. This motherfucker always makes big bets, but if I had a 10 there, I would play him for his stack, but it's just whatever. Fold here. These guys love making these big delayed bets. Like, this guy's going to get just faced. Like, trust me, just keep an eye on this donkey guy. He's just going to get faced by a guy who checked, you know, a set. Which is going to happen quite a bit. $18. You got fucking quads. It's a stupid bet. Okay. Gut shot, backdoor flush. 8 of spades, dealer. Make the ace. Do think we want to call here. 10's okay. Gonna bet a little bit better than half pot. I'm gonna fold because of this call. Normally I would call that, but with the other guy calling, I really can't call. Hustler calls. I think we just keep betting for value. Jack on the river is kind of bad because he can definitely have just made 2 pair. I think that's exactly what happened is he made 2 pair. Because, like, what other hands does he have? I mean, he could obviously have ace-5 or deuces. There's no real reason for him to raise at any point before now. He could have ace-9. Yeah, he doesn't really have range considerations, so we're going to let it go. I should have checked the turn. If I had checked the turn and he had bet, then I could have raised, but when the jack hits the river, it's just so super bad for me that I think it's okay to just fold. Fold here. I mean, if I had ace-king, it kind of makes it tougher, but I think I would have bet bigger. I guess the move would have been the big turn on the big bet on the turn. Feng pays this off. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's hilarious. I don't see anything going on here. You win. This is fun. I'm going to get squeezed out, but I'm kind of curious to see what happens. Ooh, double gutty with the flush draw. I doubt it's going to be much of a big pot. Hey, jellyfish. Thank you for the hydrate. Always. Ugh, king on the riv. We get raised right here. Well, this player's very aggressive. I think we just re-raise. He's going to have top pair with the ace of spades a lot. Jack 10, 2 pair. Ugh. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 outs. My man decided to go fucking insane with 2 pair. He could just be drawing to 4 outs. That's hilarious. Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then on the turn, we pick up 15, 16, and the open-ender. 24. 24 outs on the turn. Check raise. Bet half pot. Make it look like value. Really? This motherfucker, do you really have fucking Jack 10 or a set of threes? Really? Fine. He thinks I'm tilted, but I just fucking flop the world on him. And then he makes fucking trip 10s on the turn. It's probably ace 10, honestly. That sucks. The fuck is this? I mean, I love having this hand in this scenario. I know it's a fucking losing play to call, but versus a guy who always just has a big pair. Like, always. He should be really worried about that call. That's a stupid bet. Can I hit a hand dealer? God damn, I had 24 outs going to that river. That is brutal. Jesus. Alright, back with this guy again. Same scenario, except I didn't 3-bet. So fucking obvious. Takes forever, and then bets that as a C-bet. I'm raising, obviously. He calls. I mean, he's a Euro. He can have fucking anything. I don't know why he's taking so long. Five? Okay. I mean, he has 8, 9 sometimes here. Can't have some sets. 10s. He hit the confidence card on the river. That's funny. Because I was going to raise the river, but when the 10 came off, it's like he can make the straight. That's funny that he went that fucking nuts. Well, I was right on my other read on him. He did flop the set on my kings. But I'm not folding there to him, obviously. Oh, a little bit of a bad run here this last 30 minutes. It's pretty good. I guess I should get on this waiting list. Okay. It's so tough because he's so short. Like, these are the scenarios where guys lose their mind with ace king. I'm gonna let it go. He didn't have a 10, but he could have had jacks or 9s or something. But he was just gonna go bang, bang, bang. But I definitely like calling on the flop. Do. I'm just gonna call this one. I think if we see the 3-bet, we can 4-bet. Check. Oh, god damn it. I was a misclick. I'm gonna check this one because we are 3 ways. I totally fucking misclicked that. I just cold called with king queen off. I think we have to call because of flush draws. I mean, you can have some 2 pairs that made fulls. Hey, the jacks are good. Really with this motherfucker? Oh my god. I think I was just dodging spades here. Oh, wow, you have kings? Wow, you got scared easy. I guess he thought maybe I had a 7 somehow. I'm in the blind, I could. Okay, Courtney's getting some sleep. It's my delicate flower you hear, sawing logs. This table's so good and I just can't get a piece. Well, we are short-handed, sir. You've got ace-king. Feng never fucking 4-bets. Man, taking a real beating here this last 45 minutes. I mean, it's whatever. I'm down 3 buy-ins. It's not a big deal. Just hate when it comes all at once. I think I'm going to give up the middle 6 max, the phantom one. It's not playing how I wanted it to. All right, let's just call here. We kind of want a multi-way pot. Ooh, 10 ball. Feng checks. Oh, that jack is the worst card in the deck. Not only does it make flush draws, but it also makes the ace queen. Now the 9. Holy shit. Can I get a more worthless fucking set? And he hit the fucking 9 on the river. That's hilarious. Gonna raise. He did do this min bet shit, and he usually pancakes the turn. This limp call is fucking ridiculous. 4 on the turn. Well, I'm probably up against flush draws here. King in the river. I think we check. Sometimes he has a suited king. Sometimes he has a pair of sevens. Gonna have to kind of figure it out. Really? Yeah, I don't buy that, bro. Sorry, man. I've seen you go to that well way too much. Nice try, though. Fold this one. Fold this one. Fold this one. I'm just going to close this table because I want this other table. Fold. Call. Fold. I'm going to replace this table up here with it. That's kind of hilarious that he jammed into me. Can't be a 6. I can't believe that dumb motherfucker went for it when the flush draw came off. Aces, come on, get your nose open. Jack is nice. Okay. Ugh. I mean, I know there's more draws out here than anything, but this ace is just too weak. I'm trying to get called by a chop. No? Alright. Give up that one. This table died. There is a 9 max that's getting... I'm getting to the top of the waiting list, so we'll have another one to get on in a minute. I think I got too many tables going to be playing 6 max. So, while the money's there, the 9 max is always better than the 6 max for consistency. I can play 1. Ugh, I checked it to do a delayed c-bet, then the queen hits the turn and I can't do nothing. That sucks. I was just thinking I was opening too big, but then I get queens. Snap call. Take it down. Only down 2 buy-ins now. Because of that good jacks call. There he is again. That's the guy who jammed the jacks on me. What a time to flop a set. Is he really considering the limp raise? Yeah. That sucks. Full pot, by the way. Thing raises. We have a limper over here. And a call. I think we're absolutely going to re-raise. Not folding if this guy wants to jam. But he don't. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm not folding, but when the original raiser folds, I think people forget you're supposed to call off the back jam. Because nobody's disciplined enough to call with aces and kings there. Like, unless you're in a tournament, honestly. But even then, you don't see it much. Can I get on this one? Ooh. You might be good. I'm going to fold those. Oh, okay. Okay. It's a good seat. We're gonna get off this table because we have the 9 max. Just call. Check back. Check river and lose, right? Yeah, to queens. Got shot, backdoor flush. Yeah, I'm done with this table. This is just trash. Call there. Double gutty. Make the gutty. I'm going to check because I don't think I get called very often. Really? Do you actually have the clubs? You do. That sucks. These players are both too short. It's not even worth calling. When he overbets like that, I know that he's got the flush a good amount, but there's also a lot of two-pair combos here. And his river bet, yeah, it was the pot, so whatever. There's a lot of two-pair combos, and I have the most hidden straight there is, so... That's fine, that's fine. I don't mind losing that. That's fine. What happened that hand with the eights? Did it just go down? Ah, he ripped it on the turn. Who the hell's messaging me? That's my dog you hear now. What time is it? 9 o'clock? Okay. Get the first beautiful card and then it's just trash. Don't feel like I'm playing my absolute best, but I think I'm playing profitably. I'm just kind of small, coolery situations. Not hitting a ton of flops either. Jack on the river's not bad. I'm gonna bet it. I mean, I know I had two pair, but whatever. Take that long and then bet. You're gonna win every time, sir. I'm not pulling a move on you. Did he have just Jack 8 there? Yeah, wow. There's not a lot to lose to here. Gut shot and overfair. It's not excessively awesome, but it's not bad. I think we can raise here, believe it or not. Because we can look like we have a lot of sets. Yeah. It's just, there's just very rarely is he ever going to have a really monster, you know. Like, he might have, like, pocket eights or something, and we can get him off that. Because, like, I can have all the suited wheel cards that just make a straight. Just gonna call here. Could 3-bet, but I like my buddy sticking around. Check, fold, fold. It's a gigantic bet. These players just love betting pot. Reading my history with that player. So he's one of those guys who hates to get drawn out on. So he'll overbet. So he's 3-betting me. Not the worst flop. I mean, the only real flushes he's going to have is the king-queen. He can definitely have aces. He can definitely have ace-king with the king of diamonds. I like just calling. Oh, I didn't mean to check that one, but I'm kind of glad I did. I mean, this is one of those ones where I'm kind of hoping no diamond comes off. Nah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go now. If he has aces, it's just too fucking bad. But if he has the ace-king with the king of diamonds, right? Yeah. I didn't want to have to guess on the river if a diamond came off, so. And he seemed like he had something that he liked, so we're gonna get it in there every time with the ace-king with the king of diamonds. And that's about it. He's never going to have a flush other than the draw there. It's just kind of the way it is. Ooh, almost called that by accident. Players are leaving. I should be able to get on these tables. Nope. Wow. So he defended the blind. Somebody who called the original raisers open bets, stacks bets. This was the original raiser. He calls it. Oh, got another table. Oh, I gotta wait 15 minutes. He calls it. Turn goes check, check. River, he leads out and gets called by pocket sevens. How close is that? Nicely played, pocket eights. Nicely fucking played. I mean, yeah. Somebody should have an ace, right? Which means all this checking is not good if I even hit a set on the turn. Because if somebody's supposed to have an ace, there could definitely be pairs of 6s and 9s out there. 6s more so. 9s more here and here. But 6s in here, here, and here. But there should definitely be... yeah, I don't know if a 5 is ever good for me on the turn. Like, I'm not saying ever, but I don't know if it's a great play to hit the 5 on the turn and then try to get all the money in. If it checks. Obviously, I'm not calling. I don't always have to call a flop. It's a good bet if you have an ace or a flush draw. Just a pair. 10-9 can do that, too. He's only got to worry about me behind. Lead out for 2/3 pot into 4 players. This guy's an idiot. It's always a 10. We can go bet small, bet bigger on turn. I mean, sometimes he has a 7, but you have to kind of bet that one twice and kind of pray. Nope, nope. Okay. All right. Check. Like Widow's gonna bet big every time. Aces. Haven't seen you in a minute. Jesus. No re-raise, or nobody calls that one. I guess nobody's got an ace, so they're not that prone to call. Just re-raise. Hopefully Soj goes apeshit. I don't know this guy. He calls. I think we take our time and bet. Yeah. I mean, I even have the ace of spades. What the fuck am I going to do? Not bad. Player's sitting for 30 minutes. And he's on a shortier stack. Queen on the turn's kind of nice. If he checks. I think we just bet small. I don't really see how we lose. I don't see how we get called. Sometimes he has like pocket 4s, I guess, but I think he was thinking about it with ace high is really what happened there. It's a pretty good flop. This is like a 2-pair lead. I mean, if he bets big, then we can get it in. Yeah, I'm going to go for the raise. Sometimes we have the same hand here, but he never has the free roll on me. He calls it. Are there suited aces of hearts? Yes. But I do think we want to go for the value. Yeah, I think he just had 2-pair. Like 10 jack or something. I think we got the max on that one. It's hard to say. I really don't know what he's doing donking out there. He might have had like a gut shot with a pair, but he should just have like... I guess he can have ace-queen, right? He can have ace-queen. I want to call it because I don't think Feng is going to 3-bet kind of crazy, and I know range won't, so I like having the live cards. Even though they're not suited, I kind of really like this. Plus, when it checks to me, I do have a lot of steals here. Obviously, if he keeps betting, I'm not going to fuck around, but I think for 6-1, I think I like the play. It's very loose, but I know 5 of these players, and 4 of them were in that pot. So, I feel like it's the kind of thing where, like, you know, making the straight with an ace on the board is just going to get me 100% paid off. Still down 2 buy-ins, kind of churning in place, which I really hate, but it's better than losing. It's so interesting. So Black Widow is that short. I'm going to make a play I wouldn't normally make. Because Widow is also kind of crazy. If they jam, I can't fold at this point. So, but they're going to jam all pairs. But yeah, they've been opening kind of too widely. Nice, good steal. Only because I had King-Queen. I don't think I would even do it with, like, Ace-10. I think I need to have the Broadway removal. Yeah, he's just kind of opening everything. So, I mean, I know it's a standard squeeze spot, but it shouldn't be good because of the size of their stack. But they're opening everything, so I think it's important to push back a bit. I like the delayed c-bet. This doesn't have to be anything. This is a great play. It's not a, you know, not a bad player, just a little bit too convinced that they can bend everything. Like, they're raising every fucking hand. Like, I don't see how people are still calling this player. This player's that short, you just 3-bet them now. Like, if you have ace-queen suited here, or ace-queen offsuit, ace-jack suited, you just 3-bet, and if they jam, fine. You know, you're just going to call. But nobody should be calling this player, especially out of position. I wish I had 3-bet, but I'm never going to 3-bet with Jack-9 here in this scenario. There are some good 3-bets with Jack-9. Yeah, the check call I don't like. He doesn't give a fuck. He's on the fuck it stack. So he's really just going to keep betting and betting and betting, you know, until he's shown resistance. And probably could have stolen that pot very easily. I'm just going to call this one because Soj will 3-bet quite a bit. And my range is higher than his 3-bet average range. But when he just calls and we flop the open-ender and top pair, it's pretty good. It's not awesome. Just because of all the ace-kings and ace-queens. I do think we call. A lot of players will never think you're going to have ace-queen here, so I'm not going to try to set up any kind of bluff. Soj can absolutely have it. He's that smart. He would not blow himself off equity with a suited ace-queen here. So he wouldn't 3-bet it pre-flop. Queen in the river fucks my hand. I'm just going to call. I'm going to check raise my buddy here. He's betting full pot. Wow, with nothing. Full pot's supposed to have something, man. That queen is awful. Ace is not great. Yeah, way to go. He minted the turn. Oh, it's so annoying. I'm getting 3.5 to 1. No, you're huge. I mean, I'm just getting such the good price in the situation that I love. I mean, it's so brutal to like have almost enough. And Soj is insane to c-bet here. Archer's too short. I'm out of position. It sucks. Like, I actually could have called that, but I know Soj, and he's going to keep betting. God, it's so annoying. Like, and it's not that he's doing anything weird or whatever, but I guess c-betting 100% is the move now. I mean, and he didn't c-bet small either. He, you know, he bet half pot at it. So he should just have an overpair. Why is this motherfucker 3-betting me so fucking much? Right? Back off, asshole. Good compulsive ass 3-bets on the button. Ooh, rough turn. Still not easy to get it in there. Wow, he got 3-bet too. So there was a raise. I'll show you guys in a second. So there was a raise. He's in the big blind. He decides to go for the huge fucking 3-bet with pocket fucking sevens, which is kind of hilarious. The fuck is this? He gets called by the big blind. Big blind flops, trip sixes, ace on board. He goes check, check, fucking nuts the turn, and then just all he has to do is click call twice. Brilliant. He should be c-betting his range there on that flop, too, but he would have gotten blown right off the hand. Maybe not. Maybe the big blind just calls. He should just call. Ugh. How are some of these tables not doing anything for me? Like, I bet on this one 200 fucking hands, and it's like no big hands have happened. And I'm just kind of grinding out a blind or two here and there. It's kind of meh. It's kind of super meh. Aces. I get 3-bet small. I'm going to 4-bet, but this is a weak-looking 4-bet. So we get called once. Does this player jam? You get called twice. And I think we just take our time and bet. And if somebody flopped a set, it's just too bad. This player is most likely to have the set. I call. Nice. Tens. Can't believe he didn't jam it pre-flop. Awesome. Never going to have 5s or 6s, so it's got to be 10s, huh? Pretty sweet. I mean, we're never getting away from it no matter what the fuck happens. If he jams it pre, it all goes the same way anyway. And we're never folding aces there because he can just have jacks. If he's going to call there with 10s, he's going to call there with jacks. If I'd made it bigger, he would have jammed it pre. I don't think he ever folds. But I'm doing that so that Schmuckle to my left fucking re-raises. I get snap called here by Soj. I'm going to bet the turn. I don't know why. Yeah. I honestly don't know why I bet the turn, but I knew it would work. The fuck is that? Double gutty. Well, nothing really there. Because this guy's been all in the last couple hands. Fours are good. The fuck? 6-5? Aces again. Come on, range. Not awesome. I'm going to check. We see a bet from Black Widow. I'm just going to call. If they go apeshit, I think I'm getting it in. Yeah, I think I'm getting it in. It's fine. Nah, they fold. See, that's what I'm saying. He's on that fuck it stack, but he's not going to give it away. Winner? Yeah. Why are you limping queen deuce if you're never going to take a shot at it? Like, he could have just bet flop and I would have given it up. Yeah, it was pretty nice with the aces. Yeah, I think if I make a standard... Yeah, the guy cold called. I think if... I'm looking at it now. If I'd made it like 16, I don't think the guy folds. He either jams it and we lose anyway, or he calls and then we've got too much money in to ever fold on that flop for his $18. I mean, what the fuck? The fuck is this, Soj? Yeah, he had 27 bucks. There's no... If he's calling with... Yeah, he's going to jam flush draws, jacks. That's not a great raise. It's a good spot, but it's not a great raise. I didn't even look at the board, but I'm checking my whole range here. I don't think I want another table. Getting hungry. I think I need dinner. Okay. Check. This guy just keeps doing it. It's hilarious. I should stick around, but I'm too fucking hungry. That's ace is not great for me. Queen in the river is really good for me, though. Because he shouldn't have an ace much, but he can have a lot of pairs.